quarter. Greg Joseph on for the extra point. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. That drive started on their own 25. 2 plays, 75 yards later, into the end zone. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. This will be fielded inside the 5. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. Well, we see the Bills offense take the field here at quarterback, Josh Allen.
And I'll bet he's talking to his guys about resisting the temptation to try and turn this into an up-and-down game. Almost like basketball, where both teams press, and one team gets an advantage, our team's trying to run with them, and they're just not equipped for it. Doesn't matter whether you're equipped or not. Just settle in, get calm before you go for the big strikes.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 23. Singletary to get the drive started, and just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. This defense for the Vikings, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
And they needed to be, because the game was a game we don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of the game, and each play took on more importance, and they got it done.
16 yards there, and the Bills have a 1st down.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on, and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
On 1st down, Allen. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Well, Zadarius Smith there getting in and bringing him to the ground.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Tall task ahead of them here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
Here's the punter, Martin, out to kick it away. Taken in at the 22. And he is out of bounds right around the 34. A nice return that time, gets 12 yards back. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. 4-4 their record through 8 games on the season. Would you say that this team has overperformed, underperformed, or are they kind of right where you thought that they would be?
Do you mind if I say yes, yes, and yes? Because ultimately to me, 4-4 is about where they should be, because we've seen weeks where they've been really, really good. They've looked terrific. Other weeks where we wondered just how good is this team. They want to be consistent in their play, not consistently inconsistent, which is what they've been thus far.
On 1st and 10, Cousins, complete. Smith has it. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Let's just break this down and make it pretty simple. Key to the drag route, letting the play develop, finding the hole in the defense, and giving your athlete, yes, athlete, a chance to make something happen once he has the ball in his hands.
On 2nd down, Cook. And a pretty good burst right there as he'll take this down to the 33. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking 1st down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead them to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week, and right now we're seeing a pretty good pattern of that happening.
They run again on 1st down, Cook. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A 1-yard gain can look like a disaster, but it all depends on how the game is going. Is it a series of 1-yard gains running the ball? If that's the case, you might have to start thinking about throwing it a little bit more. But if it's just the occasional 1-yard run, hey, congratulations to the defense. They won that one. Come back and get them the next time.
Again, it's Cook. And he struggles to get a yard here, maybe a yard, down to the 31.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Tight defense there on third down, but what a product of good coaching and even better execution, because he realized he's in field goal range, no sense forcing anything, and he made sure he didn't.
The kick by Joseph is good, and that will extend their lead even further. So a touchdown on their opening drive and 3 more here, and it adds to their first quarter lead.
Yeah, everything's going according to plan so far because the offense has moved the ball, defense able to do their job, and here the special teams unit comes through with their contribution. A field goal to make it 10-zip.
So after the made field goal, 10-0 here early as the kick's away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. They'll look to get something started. They need to, down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Simply not much more you can ask out of your running back. Over 100 yards and the 3 touchdowns.
And for an old coot like me, I loved it because he did it.
Second quarter now in Buffalo. It's the Bills in control of the football. A good gain on first has them set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Allen works right side into the hands of the tight end Knox. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down. The Bills at 5-3 now on the year. And they come in playing some pretty decent football, 5-3 over their last 8.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That good for 22 and a first down.
Bill Carter, I have to say they caught him in the right defense there. Nickel set, 5th defensive back on the field, and they love to run against that because now you typically get a bigger blocker on a smaller defender.
Yeah, because those DBs like you, they want the interception. They're not as worried about the running play, right?
Not at all. And I still remember being in school, and one of my offensive line teammates used to say, boy, I'd love to come downfield, hit you little people.
Good run there. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and that'll make it 2nd down. Now Allen. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Nowadays, quarterbacks don't mind throwing into coverage because of the confidence they have in their receivers to come down with the ball. But sometimes you have to be careful you don't get too confident and throw an interception.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. He'll get this to Devin Singletary out of the backfield. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
And they're right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Throwing now is Allen. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line. This will be play number 9 of the drive here as they need 4 yards on 3rd down. On play action, Allen. And that that will be incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense, because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed one conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
Singletary, they'll run for it, and he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain. The Bills' drive stalls out on fourth down, and the Vikings' defense is going to get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they are back to 500 on the year, got the win last weekend, and it's one that kept their playoff hopes alive.
And if you do have those hopes, 500 is not where you want to be at this point of the year. Now, we know they've battled through some rough patches this season, so it now comes down to how they're going to finish. Not out of it. Can't afford any more missteps, though.
Cousins gives way to Cook. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. 45 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
And he'll get 2 or 3 out of that one, as that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. Second and 7. Cousins now. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. On third down, Cousins setting up the screen for Cook. And he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. Fourth down.
Boy, that was certainly well-read defensively, and the key to any screenplay is space to work, and there was none to be found there, and they tackle it for just a short gain.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. And this one is no good. He missed it, and the lead will hold at 10.
Well, Brandon, anything beyond 50, you start rolling the dice a bit. And once you get up around 57, 58 yards, the chances of making it go down dramatically. And sure enough, this one winds up no good.
Now, the midterm elections are now concluded, and I think we can all breathe a sigh of relief for that. But now it's time for midterm football, where we've moved past the unofficial halfway point of the season, and we got a couple of good matchups in the night games here in Week 10. Tonight, it's North versus South in California. The Chargers and Niners from Santa Clara. He's got a man, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 36 yards on the play.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
Right back to Singletary on second down. And he'll find his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Allen going to try and throw on third down. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the Vikings are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that third down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And with only 9 seconds remaining, with not much time, we'll see how they play this. They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings, taking the lead to the past the halfway point of the season and now past the halfway point of this game. We skip halftime and get right back to the action. Set to begin the third quarter. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Bills trail here, but they will get the football first as we are back underway on EA Sports. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Out come the Bills now as he'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Allen now looks to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this third quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick 6 is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here, and that one, it backfired in a big way.
Joseph connects on the extra point, and that makes our score 17-0. This fielded right at the goal line. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. So already not the best of kick returns there, but that penalty, that adds insult to injury and backs him up even closer to the goal line.
Yeah, not ideal field position to begin a drive, is it? Because the extra pressure now goes on the offense. They've got to get some early yards and get away from the shadow of their own goalposts. What every offense wants to do.
And he goes down. It's a sack. They get him back at his own 3-yard line. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
In trouble, and the ball's out. It's in the end zone loose. And the Vikings pick up the football. And it won't be a pick 6, but he will have his guys set up at the 2-yard line.
All the practice, all the training, all the meetings. In this situation, I know exactly what quarterbacks are taught. Take care of the football. That's job 1 paramount, because you cough it up here, you might be giving up 6 points real easy.
Tip of the cap to the defense, though, forcing the fumble. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. It's a gain of 1 yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
That's someone who's pretty happy right there. That's the defensive coordinator. Body after body, getting to him before he can get started.
Cook. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. The 2nd down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
3rd and goal for Cousins. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
running for it. Here's Cook. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook with touchdown number 15 on the year and second of the game. And the Vikings' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. And that flag accepted. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And now out come the Bills. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And Jordan Brooks on the tackle.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger. That's
caught by Gabriel Davis. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Allen now on first down. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
Well, if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Allen to throw once more. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
one of the league's best defenses, is certainly bringing it again this week.
Here's Sam Martin now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And well done here. That one will kick out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
On 2nd and 9, Cousins. A throw on the money to Reagor. The 40. Past the 20. Touchdown, Vikings. Jalen Reagor, his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. The PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
And they'll accept that penalty. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Bills getting set to go. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of... He's got a man, complete! And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. That one good for 37 yards. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. To the air, Allen. And bringing it in, it's Davis. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. It's another first down on what will be a gain of 21 yards.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. 3 quarters in the books. Back now in Buffalo. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. Another try after the first down sack. Allen. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Harrison Smith. And the Vikingsons are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football. Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
3rd down, Dalvin Cook. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 67 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And a good push there defensively as they stop him at the 48. Gain of just 1.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
They get 14 there. 1st down, Vikings.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. 11 more yards that go around. A 1st down as well. At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they look to salt this one away. Here's Cook again. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. That good for 19 and a 1st down.
1st and goal, Minnesota.
They'll run with Cook. Hammering for the goal line. He loses the football. And I think the offense got it back. Yes, they did. At the 2-yard line is where they'll have it.
After review
So
play,
that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Cook up the gut. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on 3rd, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that 2nd down is a time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being